So it was popping. About to go grab a slice, man.
Yeah? Are we back after I make this delivery?
On the rebound now.
Yo, that's the hype.
It's the hype, man. You know what that is? It's real, man. Let me tell you a little story.
I'm listening.
A little story about real and fake. But I'm gonna do it metaphorically. I don't think that anybody's gonna keep up with me, I gotta be honest. Get a Kleenex for my ex, I'm a flex, I'm playing, I ain't talking tissue issues. There ain't enough forests or trees for the tears or the greed. I'm talking bigger issues. Like issues of malnourishment in communities that should be flourishing, but the birth of a nation was through a surrogate, fathered by a government of racial discouragement. A bastardized set of principles and precedents written by slave-owning presidents. Not to mention the aforementioned Declaration of Independence. When 56 men dip ink on those pens, 41 names owned slave. James Madison, Adams, and Thomas Paine proposed that slaves at least count as 3/5 of a person for taxation and legislative purpose. In 2020, it'll be 100 years since Congress passed the 19th Amendment. And women's suffrage was ended, but the suffering ain't ended. Let me tell it, when my little goddaughter says that she wants to be president. The writing's on the wall, literally in D.C. You don't believe, you want to see? Let's go to the National Archive Museum, you'll see him. But I doubt that you'll read between the lines. I doubt it. I doubt you'll read between the lines where in theory it's all lies. It's time that you open your eyes. It's all lies. There's an apartheid. Spearheaded by political figures who sit in the stratosphere of our government's infrastructure counting figures. See into the exponential growth of our corporate infrastructure. Go figure in figures. More figures for mob figures. It's a ridiculous, rigorous, serious, strenuous, limitless series of evidence. What's left is a nation on edge with this notion of endlessness. So if you ain't on edge, you and I don't occupy the same space. Huh? I'm looking in a camera. So I'm looking anarchy in the face. Due to a liaison of hierarchies that stole all the real estate. And they started with Christopher. But people in positions of power, they come at you from different angles. Could be acute, could be obtuse, rarely ever perpendicular. Straight shooter will tell you the art of war adheres to those principles. And propaganda is as loud and visual as it is subliminal, criminal. But those complexities seem simple when you understand the art of war. Marketing. And the ways in which they get you. Make no mistake about it, kid. We've been getting got since William Randolph Hearst bought the New York Journal. Propaganda started the Spanish-American War. That's right, the Spanish-American War. But Teddy Roosevelt was only a colonel. Due to a story they had written and printed and depicted Teddy Roosevelt, the hero in the Battle of San Juan Hill, and failed to mention all the real heroes. Buffalo soldiers who killed and blood spilled. Let's just be real. Yellow journalism is the result of new imperialism. And that paradigm is a prison. But the paradigm of the all-seeing eye is in a prison. You see, knowledge is power, dog. But equality is wisdom. Combining the two got Colin Kaepernick labeled a sinner, but also helped Kendrick Lamar become a Pulitzer Prize winner. But let me be clear, I wouldn't need a TV dinner or roll a fucking Swisher for Joseph Pulitzer. And I applaud the award, but not the former owner of the New York World. See, to understand sensationalized, exaggerated headlines and fake news, you should understand its origins and its roots. Yeah. See, in 1941, Orson Welles made Citizen Kane about the power of money and press in the political game, used for vested interest in political gain. But the faces on the money that was pressed back then didn't represent every gender or race. And it still don't. The foundation for which our nation is built is guilt. Synchronized endeavors of corporations and journalists and politicians in bed with big business, it's all one and the same. So if you're scared, go to church. And if you're guilty, just go to confession. A mistake is a mistake if you don't turn it into a lesson. But mistake after mistake self-induced this epidemic. It's the bad karma I advertise as a big pharma. The drugs they would market would target middle American housewives who doctors prescribe Ritalin and Mortadine. But them drugs was just Bell's mother's little helpers, you know? All the reform, reformation, filibusters, referendums can never render the forever never-ender money-motivated endeavors, whether contenders or pretenders. It's hard to decipher guilty from innocent with a public defender. Ain't that right, Meek? Uneducated and young, unguided but not dumb. Hard not to succumb in the environment you're from, so play Santa Claus would it come. You're emotionally numb from gun violence and drugs, a product of the environment created by the same ones who dial 911. But when 12 got dialed, you got racially profiled. Sat in the hole for a while while the paperwork was filed. You lost your rights, your life, and your smile. Come on. While you sit there and beguile, count time and tile in exile, you see money is power. That's why Robert Downey Jr. gets nabbed with powder. He's in and out in an hour. But a 16-year-old Khalif Bowder does 3 years on Rikers with lifers due to a system of cowards. And you wonder why I unplugged the fucking router? I took a 4-month social media silence, right? Only to return louder. And I ain't a Democrat, I ain't a Republican. I'm an American failed by a justice system who lacks faith in the fucking government. And I ain't grow up in no project home or no tenement, self-aware of my privilege. But I firmly believe that human is my race and love is my religion. And I'm gonna use it to formulate my own opinion. And I ain't asking for your permission. I ain't never asking for your fucking permission. I only ask for forgiveness. That's Lord as my witness, judge, jury, and executioner. Because only God can judge me. Yeah, bitch. Only God can judge me. You can hate me, you can love me, try to fuck me out of money. Real one-on-one and only. I lean on me and me only. I don't need you to console me. I only do what my fucking mama told me. And she told me God's hands are gonna hold me. And my hands are gonna bestow me the power to speak my truth, the power to reach the youth when the phone is a tool, and the power that consumes, the media has produced a youth that is doomed to view the world from the room. Are you ready, player one? Because I'm talking to two. A flower cannot bloom without the sun and the moon. Know your roots, but if you want to grow, you need to know the truth. And the truth hurts. Oh, that's for better or for worse, bitch. The truth hurts. But what's true to you might not be true to them. Some scream out, some I don't like. Some say, fuck you, and others say, amen. But what's true to you might not be true to me. But your truth is gonna set you free. True to yourself is all you gotta be. I got confidence when I arrive, and confidence when I leave, as I got nothing to hide. I'll tats out with no sleeves. And I ain't heartless, I just don't wear my heart on my sleeve. What's mine is mine. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. But I'm gonna lose my mind, lose myself. Lose my track of time, lose my track of thought, but I'm gonna fucking keep my heart. You gotta keep your heart. You gotta have a heart. Hear it all, see it all, take it all with a grain of salt. Don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to call bullshit when you see it. Make a promise to yourself. Try and keep it. Life's a movie. Write the script. Don't be afraid to let them read it. Dream it, manifest it, and foresee it. If you believe it, they'll believe it. Confidence is contagious, but don't ever misconceive it, because cockiness is complacent. You don't ever want to be it. If you talk about it, then you better be about it if you want them to receive it. It's comprehension. The comprehension of that message or finesse it could be deceiving. If you give them any reason to doubt that you believe it, all that shit that you say that you believe it, set a precedent and be it. When seeing is believing and you want to change the world, and you gotta let them see it. Because maybe you can change your clothes. But it's hard to warm a heart when it's freezing. Time and people change like seasons. It's time for you to be the change you want to see. Change for the better, not the weather. And that idea might be out of the world. We're all in it together. It's real. I don't know how fake feels.